I am filled with the spirit of life. The spirit of life fills me up. My cup overflows with the bounty of life's many blessings. I take in a deep breath and know that I am breathing in the life force. I exhale, and my out-breath nourishes the plant kingdom. I am aware of a sense of balance that pervades the universe. I appreciate that I am part of that balance. I am a channel for the spirit to flow through. I am the individualized hands, feet, eyes, ears, mouth, and mind of the great spirit of life. I take care to act and think responsibly as I carry this precious spirit within me. It is a great honor and privilege to be alive, and I act in a way befitting that honor. So that's a good one to come to next, because we have to realize, or we can realize at least, that we're not alone, that we're just part of this whole thing, and that we don't have to fix it all ourselves, and that there's a greater force, I believe, that is in support of us. So,
something is pushing us all along to evolve, and that's part of us is in each cell, and available energy to us get to a greater understanding of what it is to be alive. It's exciting to be able to explore all the realities that we come in contact with in our lifetimes. And the more we get into it, the more we listen to it, the more we understand how wonderful it is to be alive, and that we can encourage others to be alive and joyous also.
you see why I keep him around. Okay. Well, I like the idea of, we're just channels for all this. We're channels for the spirit of life, breath of life, spiritus. It's, we inhale the prana, we inhale the life force. And so as we inhale the life force, we are empowered to be a representative of the great spirit. And that's what our, I like that it's our minds, it's our hands and feet, we're the ones on earth doing it. And we're the ones that can make a difference and help in this world. Without spirit, we are just bodies and a physical thing. I know when my friend passed away recently in October, she was 90, and she just turned a couple days before, but she was on her way out then, and I was with her hours before she died, an hour before she died, and then right after she died. And it was just interesting to see the difference between a body with a life force in it or a body that didn't have it. So we know we're breathing in life, and we're helping to be that. Again, it's a responsibility. It's a gift, a responsibility and a gift.
I don't know if I'm going to be able to say this right, but I've been reading a book, and it talks about spirit and your soul, maybe it's soul, and how, our body inhabits our soul. It's not our soul inhabiting our body. Like, we're more than our body. We're this soul, spirit, whatever. Yeah, life force. I thought that was a cool thing.
Yeah, when you realize what the body does to keep itself going every day, every moment, and how it heals itself more than any medicine. The body has its own healing process that it encourages it to go on. And that's just there as support.
That's an amazing divine intelligence that exists within us, so that every breath we take causes the oxygen to transform, and then we feed the cells, and then the thing keeps going, and all the organs and the hormones, and oh my gosh, what a miracle. So if we can just appreciate this incredible life force that we have, because it is a miracle. And here we are, we're I said, thought about this the other day, we're we're getting on in years, and we got another good 10 years, hopefully more, but you never know. I mean, but that's not a long time. But what are we going to do? We still have some energy, and we have a lot of ideas and creativity that we want to offer to the world. And so I feel like, even as we age, it's so important to appreciate, well, obviously to take care of our bodies, but just to appreciate that, we're not going to be here forever, but let's just do the best we can while we're here and have a good time and see if we can make it better, or make life better for some other people as well, whether these are our family members who need our help or people in our community. And believe me, there are so many in our community who need help. So I don't know, I think it's just a good chance to kind of ask those kind of questions.
One thing that I find that's really amazing, as we talk about our life force, and we all have that essence in common, is how, as we live our life on earth, each one of us is unique at the same time. And we all have our own special gifts and talents and ways of doing things that are unique to us, just as you, Dudley, and Dean, have, as you come together, you create something that is unique. And each one of us is special, is very, very special.
Yeah.
And if we can touch whatever it is that is unique to us, even though we may not know, in its greatest expression, what it might be, but if we can touch just a little bit of it and kind of like encourage that, we can do so much good in the world. And that's how things can kind of blossom, in this world.
Thank you. That's wonderful, Paula. We also recently talked about service and also fulfillment. So those are all part of that, why am I here? How can I be of service? And then when I find my creativity or my gifts, or I'm able to share and that sort of thing, then we notice that we're offering something of ourselves, and it's fulfilling. It fulfills us to do things, because I think, nobody wants to just sit around and like be bored and not have anything to do. I think this group knows that we're here for a reason, and we have talents and gifts and skills to share. So, but that sense of, realizing that we're channeling the life force, and what a gift. And so our friend of our, Naomi Judd, who we knew through, she had appreciated our music. I mentioned this the last time, but I can't remember when she died, but it was fairly recently. And it was just really sad that, she just felt she was done and didn't have anything more to give. So she said, okay, I'm out of here. And I respect that on some levels, but at the same time, I think, a lot of people are left behind when people take that action, and they don't feel very happy themselves. So I don't know, keep on living, keep on smiling, keep on enjoying life, and that kind of things.
I think that I go to the Unitarian Universalist Fellowship in my town, and there's a hymn that we sing every single Sunday called Spirit of Life, Come Unto Me, Move in My Life, the Spirit of Compassion. And there's more words than that. But I think that for me, I really appreciate this today, because I really needed that boost to remind that when you look for that spirit in every single person and acknowledge the humanity, the spirit of every single person, it really makes a difference to them. When you're acknowledged for who you are, that somebody says good morning and looks them in the eye. And we hear this from homeless people, that to be acknowledged, to ask them their name, to shake their hand or what, and in the pandemic, maybe not shake their hand, but we do ever what we, we're allowed to do, how much difference it makes to acknowledge the humanity and thusly the spirit of life in that person. And so I really appreciate this reminder of how much difference that can make for people.
Thank you, Karen. And I'm really glad you mentioned the homeless people, because people begging often get like snubbed, and they, a few people might donate to them, but they're not seen as people. And I think being seen as a person and appreciated. And so obviously that goes with everyone we meet, checking out at the counter, the store, people work so hard in their world doing whatever, and then have their own personal struggles, and you just don't know what a person has been going through on any particular day. So to be able to just appreciate them as a human being.
Yeah, and about 5 years ago, I drove cross country with a friend. She wanted a companion to drive across country with her from Seattle to Louisville, Kentucky. And we did that. And wherever we stayed, with the check-in person at the hotel, the waitress, the person who seated us at the restaurant, she always said a few kind words to them. And it really makes a difference to people. You could really see their eyes light up and smile. And it was a boost for the day. And I've never forgotten that. She was a great role model that way.
I remember our friend Jane Harris, who's another dear friend who passed away last year. I was always impressed when we would be going into a shop or get a coffee place and making copies. She just always took time to chat with the person and acknowledge them, or fuss over them in some way. If she knew them, say their name. But I realized that I would get too busy in my life, and I wasn't, I'm busy, I'm just doing this. But it was just a really good lesson for me as a role model for her. And again, the people who are doing the drudge jobs and the service jobs and the daily thing, and they're constantly checking out your groceries, or doing your trash, or whatever they're doing, and then to give them a boost and smile. They say, how are you? I notice a lot of people say, how are you doing? And you might say, fine. But if you really say, well, how are you doing? And I hope you have a good evening, or something like that, I think is good. Thank you. That's so good.